You know what's being sold to us right now as pure courage? The simple fact that the Indian police are not allowed to be ruthless. That's it. That's the whole show. And somehow, a young woman standing in the rain, banging on a police bus, waving her arms, shouting into cameras, that's being painted as this epic act of bravery. Really? Let me ask you something. Is there anything Gen Z is doing today that even comes close to what our generation lived through? Think about 1989. An ordinary Chinese man, just a guy in a white shirt, walked out alone and stood in front of a column of tanks rolling into Tiananmen Square. He didn't have a microphone. He didn't have a crowd cheering him on for the cameras. He had tanks, and he still stood there. Or go back to 1990 in Delhi. I won't spell out exactly what Delhi University students did when the VP Singh government pushed the Mandal Commission, because the moment I do, someone will scream that I'm instigating. But those of us who were there know that wasn't theater. That was real risk. And in 1991, when the Soviet Union was collapsing, ordinary Russians didn't just pose in front of armored vehicles. They climbed onto the tanks, dragged the soldiers out, and made it clear the old order was finished. I'm not asking any Indian to copy the Chinese of 1989 or the Russians of 1991. I'm not telling anyone to put themselves in harm's way. I'm not encouraging a single act of self-harm. All I'm saying is this. A dog barking at a tiger that's locked inside a cage is not bravery. Our police and our army live inside that cage every single day of their careers. Service rules, the law of the land, the constitution, those are the bars. They cannot simply open fire or swing freely the way forces do in other countries when order breaks down. So when someone decides to clown around in front of them, shouting, posturing, performing for the cameras, calling that a David versus Goliath moment is not just wrong, it's insulting. It's an insult to real courage. It's an insult to history. And it's an insult to the very people who actually keep this country from falling apart while operating under restraints most of the world never has to accept. Bravery isn't standing in front of someone who is deliberately holding back. Bravery is standing in front of someone who isn't.